What's going on, everybody? Dr. Mavericks Gamer Guys back yet again into another Rocket League episode, and switching it up today, starting up a new little series here. We're going to do a little Road to Ranked, something I've been thinking about doing. I haven't honestly been playing a whole lot of Ranked, honestly, since the new Rocket Pass has come out. Just been grinding a lot of casual matches, Frosty's Fest event, and then obviously you guys know doing the crate opening videos. So we're kicking off here. We're starting off. We're Plat 2 Division 3. I don't know where I want to end up. Obviously, a lofty goal would be able to say you get to champ. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to champ. I'm not sure how much time is left on the season. It's probably got a little bit of time left, but at the same time, I'm not exactly sure. So what I'm thinking about here is I'm kind of hoping, playing through some doubles. I'm going to play these doubles with only just random people. I'm going to play doubles with just random people. I'm kind of hoping I can get up into the mid diamonds. That's where I'm hoping. I'm going to be honest with you. I am not the most mechanically gifted player. If you've been around the channel and watched, Sloth is definitely the much more mechanically gifted, definitely the better player. A lot more hours in the game than me. I would be happy with a mid-tier ranking in Diamond to kind of finish this season off and then kind of work from there. So the other thing I'm thinking about doing, and I know this is kind of extending into the intro with the gameplay, but one thing I've considered doing is trying to do these episodes and record them live. And I think the issue with that is one, you would get a lot of my reaction, which I'll have some reactions anyways, which would be to the benefit. The other thing, though, and the reason I'm probably not going to record these live is because I want to be able to just play the games, focus on playing the games, and then I kind of actually want to use these as learning moments and watch back and just kind of talk through, whiffs like you just saw right here, and kind of just comment on where I think I can start to improve my game. I think this is really important, especially as you start to get into the higher levels. Obviously, being mid-plat, I'm not super high or anything like that. But I think it's to a point where I can start kind of dissecting my own game. I know I have some limitations just as far as technical skill that I need to work on. Obviously, one and probably one of the biggest separators is just consistency. So being able to be consistent is obviously good. Being able to put decent shots on goal like this one, which I was pretty happy with, is also a technique definitely to be able to have in your bag of tricks if you want to continue to move up the ranks. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to play these games. I'll keep these episodes as much as I can down to 3 games unless I'm really feeling it, and try to give you all of them. I won't promise every single one on this series, especially if I go on some really like terrible losing streaks. But to be honest with you, if we lose games, we're going to put them in here because I think that's where we can learn some of the best. And then obviously showcase some other people, whoever opponents and teammates we get. Shout out to everybody in this video. And yeah, we'll just kind of go from there, and we'll just kind of watch the games. Hopefully you guys enjoy this series. If you do, please let me know. I know Sloth is working hard on his coaching corner as well. I think we've got the second episode of that either coming up or up by the time this one is going up, which is really neat. And so we need some feedback as well. He can obviously take some of my clips, which is pretty cool in this video itself. But big shout out to him, and get him some content. So if you guys got a game, a close game that you played, or maybe just a game where you're messing around, or just playing with some of your friends and want some tips and some things that Sloth can help you with, be sure to hit him up. Be sure to hit me up. We'll get the clips. You can upload them pretty easy, and we'll be able to kind of showcase that a little bit. So like I said, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think of the series, and if you guys enjoy it. Like I said, we'll continue doing it. Playing ranked is something, and getting better at ranked, just generally getting better at this game, has kind of been a goal of mine. And for me, it kind of goes back and forth. I really like this game for the trading aspect. Really like being able to open crates. I have a ton of fun being able to do that. Love playing casual matches and just hanging out with my friends, Sloth, and everybody, and playing the game. But at the same time, I definitely go in cycles where I want to be technically and I guess you could say tactically and by that I mean field positioning and smart moves around the field. I want to be able to be good at that. I want to be able to be statistically good. Will I ever be a pro? No, I don't think. I don't think I have the time, the energy, and I'm pretty sure my family would hate me as if I spent all that time to be able to do that. But with that being said, I do think I could get to a point where I am, skilled enough to be able to really hold my own in some of the higher ranks. So that's kind of the goal. Like I said, the other part for that's going to come to me as I'm kind of watching these replays back, is there's definitely some training packs that I want to be able to use, and that I know I need to be able to do some work on. So we're going to definitely get into some discussion about that, especially as we get into some of the episodes, especially things that I'm either using to warm up or using to pinpoint specific skills that I need to work on. So with all that being said, we really didn't talk too much about this game. I didn't feel really good about this game. I felt like this was kind of a mediocre game for me. I had some decent touches. Like I said, that shot from kind of in between midfield and our goal, I was pretty happy with, definitely helping my teammate out there. I think I made some decent decisions. Obviously I don't think this shot ends up going in. Still a decent shot to be able to get. That big jump up into the air and miss is one area of consistency that I definitely need quite a bit of work on. I need some work on two things probably specifically. I need some work on my aerial control, especially when it's really, really high. Obviously that comes with being able to read the ball, and that comes with a lot of practice, but my ability to double jump and get to the ball quickly is a skill that I want to continue to work on. And then Sloth will tell you this, but I am just not a very good player off of the wall. I had a decent little hit about midway through this game, which I was pretty happy with. I didn't have to go too far off the wall, but I just don't make very good wall reads is part of my problem. And then I just feel awkward on the wall. I'm not sure why. It's just a skill that I've never really, taken much time to focus on, to be really honest. I focused on some other things. I focused on my aerials and being able to do that and kind of control my car in there, which I'm definitely getting better at doing. That was another thing that I struggled with, especially as of late. So I've definitely worked on that. There's some really cool training packs that you can do. This game came really close right there. A little too awkwardly close to being tied up. But we ended up pulling out the win. So first win of the series. Pretty happy about that. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, I actually think we get a little level up here. We get a rocket pass tier level up. So that's going to be another bonus to this. We got ourselves a cool painted drone, some snowflakes and all that. So we did division up. We go up to Division 3. So Plat 2 Division 3, and we'll keep playing through for whatever reason. And I will do the cuts in between just to kind of keep these as short as we can. Whatever reason, I played a lot of Farmstead during this playthrough, so get to enjoy this map a little bit. And yeah, so those are just a couple things. See, like right there, definitely, I hit the ball, so that's not terrible. But if you saw where I hit the ball with like my back right rear wheel, which is definitely not what you want to do. Probably a good thing to leave my teammate this ball here. Misses the shot, but honestly, not a terrible placement. Obviously, would have liked it to go in. Right there was probably a little bit of a positional mistake too. That's the other one thing I find with my game, is that sometimes I struggle with a good position of my car to be able to contact the ball. I've gotten to the point where I can get my car to contact the ball, which is good. But then my consistency of being able to put, my nose or my front fender or the edges of the car, or in certain instances when I need to be able to put the wheels on the car for a softer touch, I have some issues with that. So, and I think that just comes with comes with consistency, comes with practice, comes with playing the game. So just getting hours under my belt, but I think I need to be a little bit more specific with that. And again, another instance right there. Not a terrible hit, terrible follow, absolutely terrible follow there to get up in the air. But not a terrible hit on the first hit, but I think if I hit that with the nose of my car, or again one of the right or left fenders, and can really pop that ball out for my teammate, I think he has a much easier time scoring that. And another instance right there, whereas if I get up a little bit quicker, probably do a double jump and am able to contact that ball with the right part of my car, I actually probably scored that previous shot. So definitely an area to work on. I really recommend, especially as I'm kind of getting into this episode, and this is the first time I'm doing this, really recommend giving this a try. If you had a game where maybe you thought you should have won, or you struggled a little bit, maybe with the mechanic, or I've said this before, one, you can't own goal, so that was absolutely terrible. Bad positioning on my part to be able to come back here, because my teammate definitely had the save here. This ball it would have been close to not going in if I don't touch it, but I obviously don't give ourselves the opportunity there. But I definitely recommend trying this out. If you've had games, especially if you're playing ranked games and you're trying to get better, try doing a little record. There's a awkward miss on the wall. And again, that's just something I struggle with personally, to be able to read that. And here is an instance where I struggle with the ability to jump off the wall and get positioned quickly in order to make a touch on that. Now, obviously sometimes it's better to not do that, and sometimes better to give yourself a little bit of time, but definitely not my best series of games here, and definitely some really sloppy play in this one. I'm pretty sure we end up losing this game if I'm not mistaken. Again, I recorded these, and then I'm doing kind of the voiceover and the commentary a little bit after the fact, but I'm pretty sure we do lose this one. I might be wrong. I would not be surprised with the way I was playing in this game. Teammate, missed a couple shots, and in this rank, honestly, I expect that to happen. Right. So the biggest thing I'll say too, and we can talk a little bit about the variances in ranks, and I'm sure we have a decent variance of people. That's just a nice shot. Decent variance of people in the comments watching these, and watching the channel. But one thing I will tell you about the platinum rank, really that separates the gold and the platinum rank, in my opinion, is two things. One, again, it's consistency and speed. So the platinum ranks, definitely in the diamond ranks, is where your consistency, your teammates' consistency to be able to hit the ball, their mechanics are a little bit better, which is obviously beneficial, but speed and consistency to be able to contact the ball, especially up in the air, and the ability to do that, I think, is really what separates your gold and your platinum, and then definitely your platinum and your diamond players. Now, beyond that, the other thing that I think is really important that you see a little bit better with your platinum players ends up being their positioning, right? So they play their position a little bit better. They're more likely to get a good rotation, and twos is a very unforgiving if you have an inability to rotate. So if you chase a lot and you don't ever give your teammate the ability or the chance to hit the ball, obviously playing with somebody that you can talk to is significantly an advantage. And I think we faced I think every team we faced today in this episode was teamed up. But the ability to talk and communicate is significant, and obviously being able to do that helps with your ability to kind of talk through your rotations. But when you can't do that, and when you're doing a series or just playing some ranked games like I am, which is just solo queuing into doubles, your ability to read the field, read where your teammate is, and then play off the ball and play off your opponents is significant in your ability to kind of move up those ranks. So again, I just really caution against, you hear it all the time, you can't be a ball chaser. Ball chasing, though, is sometimes confused. People talk about wanting to be able to play fast. there's a significant difference between playing fast and ball chasing. Ball chasing means that you're diving at things and you're going for the ball when it was 100% not the best opportunity for you to hit the ball, and not the best opportunity for you positionally to put yourself in. You can play fast, and you see, especially if you watch a lot of the really good players, they play fast. They hit the ball a lot, very consistently, and they're always moving around the field, always finding themselves good position to put themselves in. And I think this is important here to kind of understand the difference, especially if you're struggling with the lower ranks, is you really got to try to watch, pay attention to where you are, where your teammate is, and who has the best opportunity to hit the ball. And if they miss, that's the other significant thing about field position, is putting yourself in a good position. If your teammate does miss, especially in the lower ranks, which is going to happen because your mechanics and your ability and just all those things are going to come into play there, where you're probably going to make those mistakes. You're going to miss, which even happens for me quite a bit. Your ability to position yourself well to be able to help your teammate make a play on the ball or buy them some time is significant. And the platinum rank, especially in the diamond rank, you see the ability to do that. That right there was actually a pretty good series of me and my teammate kind of rotating around to protect our goal. They got a little pressure on us. They got a couple of shots. But even if we were missing and whiffing and trying to put the pressure back, we had the opportunity to always have somebody behind us and rotating in to make the next touch on the ball, even if we missed, which was significant. I was pretty happy with the save right here. Didn't panic, luckily, which is probably more luck than it was skill, because I just slowed down enough at that instance. So I was pretty excited about that. Then make a nice little pass here. Unfortunately, they played this team played some great defense, if I remember correctly, pretty much through this whole game. That was one of those saves right there where they were both kind of coming across and did a great job. And here's another instance, right? So I'm pressuring the ball right there, honestly, because I wasn't 100% sure where my teammate was, and he was in great position to come. As I'm pressuring, he has my backside coming over to protect the net. Now, if he was in a worse position, or if he was ball chasing a little bit harder than he was, then we probably wouldn't have been in that position, and that would have been a goal for the opposing team. So definitely some good play by my teammate here, good positioning by him, and I'm not having, this might be my best game of the 3 that we played tonight. Had some decent assist here plays. Another very scary moment in front of the goal. You always want to be very, very careful about moving the ball in front of your goal, and if you are going to move it in front of the goal, you definitely got to put some speed on it to be able to get it out of there. Get a little bit of a clear here, finally try to give ourselves a little bit of room to grab some boost, and then make a decent little push down the field. That was a little ball chasey right there, but again, I felt confident that my teammate was going to have a good position, and he did. It was kind of shadowing behind me, so that worked out well. And plus, I was in a good position to make a challenge to that ball and to try to get my car in front of it. And if I would have won that challenge, honestly would have been able to put myself and my teammate into a good position either for a pass or for a score. Again, right there, an instance for sure that I need to get a little bit quicker. Not sure what I was doing here. Definitely a little bit too much power slide going on. But again, my teammate, great catch, great shot. He definitely carried me this game for sure. Although I think the saves and just our rotations between the two of us that we had were pretty solid. And then he gets, again, an opportunistic kind of dive, some bad positioning by the opposing team. And we ended up putting in and get the 2-goal lead. And I think I scored this. One area of my game I am pretty happy with is my kickoffs. I feel like I have very good positioning on my kickoffs. I feel like I get these tie-ups quite often. I'm not the fastest to the ball, but I try to use that to my advantage, and I feel pretty good about that and that skill to be able to do that. So I think, I want to say actually we might score one more here. I'm not sure if I score it. Nope, I don't, because I miss. kind of pre-jumped that. I was kind of timing it. Made a little bit of a bad read. Also really didn't take into consideration my teammate's touch. And then again, another flop off the wall, which I do quite often and really do need to work on. I think he actually scores this. Yeah, he does. Great goal by him. Really, really good teammate. Was happy with that. And again, that's the other thing about doing this series. I'm not going to cut that part out if I get a bad teammate, because it's going to happen. Especially when it comes to rank. One thing I really recommend is if you are solo queuing, this community can be pretty toxic. You guys know that if you play. Recommend just turning the chat off. At least turn the opposing team chat off, and just, if you're gonna do it, just go and grind some games. If you start to get frustrated, it's a good time to leave. I'm gonna be honest with you, and come at it another day. You're gonna have those runs where you and your teammate just not vibing, especially if you can't talk to each other, and you just got to kind of come to accept that. So we stay Platinum 2, Div 3, so we maintained our division up, and we've got 1 win for us. So we'll see if we can continue this into the next episode. And we did strike these and hit these bangers of sweeper inverted saffron grips, which is also a nice little cherry on top of the pie or the ice cream, whatever your favorite dessert is, to kind of close this episode out and close this first Road to Rank series. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much. We'll definitely get a little bit better with the commentary as we go, but hopefully you enjoyed the gameplay, and hopefully you're just enjoying everything on the channel. Doc for Average Gamer, guys. As always, thank you so much for the support. If you're new, like, comment, subscribe. If you've been here a while, do the same thing. Throw a comment down below. Let us know how your day's going. Hopefully it was a great one. And don't forget to join us on Twitter. You can find that link below. We've also got an Xbox club. Feel free to join that as well. We've got some pretty active members on there. So feel free, jump in, hang out with us, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.